Topia Rosé, but you can call me Spin. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? It seems to be windy everywhere all of the time, so I'm just gonna have to ignore that and not worry about it anymore if I'm gonna keep making videos, because it's too stressful to worry about the wind. How are you today? I am a little bit filled with anxiety today. I didn't want to go out for a walk because there'll be people outside and people have the plague and they approach you in the park and talk to you. I seem to be particularly afraid of that this time around. Like today, like it didn't happen recently, it happened ages ago, and yet here I am trying everything I can do to stop people talking to me. I could have my ears in, but I really don't like the sensation of my earplugs. So instead I've got my big mean jacket and my big mean sunglasses on, and I'm talking to you instead. Yeah, so let's just walk for a little bit, get some of those nice city sounds as people go past. I turned it off because there was like 8 people walking past at once and they were looking at me, and I didn't like that in that moment. I didn't like it. Oh, look how pretty this is though. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the path because there are people up there, like the cemented path, not the dirt path, even though I prefer the dirt path, because there are people up there checking, tending the trees, maybe planting more, and I don't want to walk past them either. So I'm gonna stay on the nice, clean, dangerous path, not the off-road, dirty, safe path. What's going on up here? Anyway, we're in a learning process. We're in a learning process. That's just, things change. That's just how it is. I say that as if I can deal with change. I cannot. I'm doing okay. The change to being in the city from being in the country is rather large. The change from seeing, like, my sister in the mornings if I'm awake early enough, and then in the evenings, and Christian as well, is good. It's a big change, it's good, but then I have to spend all day by myself. So I come for a walk and I bring you with me, so I feel like I'm not so by myself, if that if that makes any sense. Thanks guys, thank you. Look at this nice tree. It's a weeping willow. It's a really nice tree. I really like willows. Oh, feels good today. Feels good. Can you hear the sloshing of my... Probably not, but I can hear my drink bottle in my bag, and it's like making water sloshing sounds as I walk along, which is pretty great. kind of weird. Quite warm today. But yes, it looks like they're planting more trees. It does look like that. This is pleasant. I live in nice places. Even the city's pretty nice. I know that I just moved away from the country where like there was mountains and pretty fields and stuff, and like a river, but here's pretty nice. Cool background visions. We've got lovely green grass. Somebody else does the gardening, somebody else plants the trees. That's a pretty sweet deal. So many less things to worry about, or different things to worry about. So instead I worry about being approached in the park when I go outside, instead of the health of animals, or if there's snakes in the grass, or if I have to plant 400 trees in a weekend. I'm physically better here, I think, because I get out and go for a walk and I make it a little bit more decent because there's a nice path to walk on. Even though my chiropractor tells me I shouldn't walk on the path. Walking on the path is better than not walking at all. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It's nice here. And yes, it's nice back at this house, but it's nice here. I think it's more restful here, surprisingly. Or maybe I just needed change. Because routine's good until it's not. The familiar is good until it's not. Probably because both ADHD and autism, yay! I don't know. Maybe it's just quirks. Duck, can you see the duck? He flew past. Oh, maybe that's the beeping sound I can hear from in my house sometimes. I just need less acute hearing. That would be... That's autism symptom. Don't worry about the windspan. I gotta go. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, sleep well. Good night, sleep well. Good night, sleep well. Love you. How do you turn this thing off?